Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. I gotta keep it 100, man. You know, I just been listening, man. I've been listening to everybody, man. And like I said before, I wasn't gonna make any more videos, as I said, talking about the two prospective heavyweights that everybody want to see fight. I'm not making videos aligning those two guys together. I'm not doing that. But I am going to talk about one Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is one of the biggest liars and con men that I've ever seen. Him alongside Anthony Johnson. And I'm going to keep calling him Anthony Johnson because he doesn't deserve to have his name pronounced correctly. You know, based off the way he's handled this situation, the way he's treated himself, the way he's treated the sport of boxing, and just, you know, just the disrespect he's shown everybody in general. All the legends. Now, I know it's a couple of people protecting him and covering up for him, and that's expected. But if I was Anthony Johnson, I couldn't even wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and consider myself a man based off the way I've handled this situation, the way Eddie Hearn has handled this situation. Whoever is to blame for this fight not happening, whether it's Eddie Hearn or Anthony Johnson, they both look bad. I knew Anthony Johnson didn't want to fight the moment he turned down the $50 million. Once they offered it to him, that should have been all she wrote. It shouldn't have been no problem with this fight getting made. We should be talking about the press tour and everything. Those came out of his mouth. Give him $50 million up front and we can make the fight. Then all of a sudden it was, oh, the fight has to be in the UK. You just heard every fucking excuse out of this man's mouth why this fight can't happen. From this to that, just excuse after excuse. Oh, where they get the money, we need to see verification of funds. You know, everything was put in order. Then you had the AJ protectors, who are the biggest frauds out there. You guys are just as fake as Anthony Johnson. You guys want to try to put this on Deontay Wilder. It is clearly AJ and Eddie Hearn's fault this fight is not taking place. Like I said, every week is something else. From you need more than an 8-week camp to, you know, you want this, you want that. Like I said before, for these idiots that said, oh, AJ can make $50 million in 2 fights. Okay, I done did some math. And I'm going to tell you why I don't believe that Anthony Johnson is making the type of bread that they're putting out there. Now, keep in mind, for years, people was making it look like Manny Pacquiao was making this astronomical amount of money per fight. Turned out that didn't, you know, that wasn't true. Turned out it wasn't true, wasn't even remotely true. That Manny Pacquiao had serious tax issues from the United States and the Philippines. And that the Floyd Mayweather fight pretty much bailed him out. And if he had accepted his loss like a man, he probably would have got a rematch and got beat again and would have made an additional $40 million. But he acted like a pussy and a bitch and a sore loser when he lost. Like I said before, the AJ fans are hypocrites too. They say, oh, tell Deontay Wilder don't negotiate through the media. Well, isn't that what Eddie Hearn been doing for the longest? So it's okay for Eddie Hearn to talk to the media, but not Deontay Wilder. Now, I didn't look at Eddie Hearn's net worth. It doesn't match up. Now, I looked at what Oscar De La Hoya is worth. Now, they said Oscar De La Hoya is worth anywhere from $600 to $800 million. So they say. So they said Oscar is damn near a billionaire, and Oscar is a promoter. Eddie Hearn ain't nowhere near worth that type of money. So how is it that Eddie Hearn can afford to pay Anthony Joshua $20 million per fight? I don't think Anthony Joshua is making that type of bread. I don't. Something is not matching up. Like I said, the moment they turned down that money, that showed me they wasn't serious about the fight. It should have been, like I said, we should be talking about, when the fight is going to happen, buying tickets, and they pulled a whammy on Showtime, and it seemed like they reneged on Showtime. Eddie Hearn is just trying to find a way to get out of this fight. How the fuck, if you Anthony Joshua, when you talking about you don't want to do a world tour to promote this fight, that's another sign he doesn't want this fight. You trying to sell tickets, you trying to sell pay-per-view, and you trying to make money. It doesn't make any kind of sense. You hear all these excuses. This is the biggest fight that could be made since Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis. A fight that everybody's looking forward to seeing, but you got one dude that don't want to make it happen. And it ain't the American fighter. I can poke holes in anything you AJ fans come with. Because you need to explain that. Because you can't. All you gonna say is, oh, Anthony Joshua is the A side. No, he ain't. No, he isn't. There's a difference between being an A side and then basically a dictator. And basically you trying to find a way to get out of this fight. They just don't want this fight. And all that shit about, oh, we're waiting for Deontay Wilder to sign his contract. He's showing that he doesn't want the fight. Now, of course, you AJ protectors go, oh, see, Eddie Hearn is saying that okay, so because Eddie Hearn said it's the gospel, right? We don't know the terms of the contract, and don't say, well, Eddie Hearn doesn't have to discuss the terms because, but wait a minute. Y'all want to know everything. Y'all want to know the terms when it comes to Deontay Wilder. What is the terms of the fight? How do we know Eddie Hearn didn't send Deontay Wilder a contract to fight for $1,000? Like I said, you can send me an offer sheet all you want. You know what I'm saying? Saying that you want to buy my car or buy my house, you can send me an offer sheet. But if you send me an offer sheet for $1,000 or $1,500 for the car, and I told you that I want $5,000 for the car, then you are not serious about buying the car. You're not really serious about making a deal. And they're not serious about making a deal. What are the terms of this contract? Since Eddie Hearn keeps saying, oh, we sent him a contract, what are the terms? Once again, they pump faking. They trying to buy time so they can find a way to weasel out of this fight and fight Povetkin. Because if he takes a 6-week camp for Povetkin, but then he said he need more than an 8-week camp for Deontay Wilder, like I said, once again, it's going to prove that these dudes are fronting. They do not want the motherfucking fight. Why is it so hard for you AJ fans to just accept it? But you in denial because I understand AJ is represent the UK, but it's a difference between somebody acting like they want to fight and then they just front like they want to fight, and he's fronting. You didn't heard Eddie Hearn say, oh, well, fight Dillian White, and then if you beat Dillian White, then we'll... No. And then, once again, Deontay Wilder said, okay, well, I'll fight Dillian White and knock him out if you guarantee me I get the AJ fight. Or you have to put it in the contract. Like I said, y'all falling for the okie doke, man. Like I said, man, I'm tired of talking about this shit. Like I said before, Eddie Hearn is the reason why we need to get rid of these promoters, because they part of the problem. The promoters and the networks are standing in the way of a lot of good fights getting made, because they want certain fights. You know, they want to control the narrative of certain fights getting put on their network. So that's why they sign certain fighters to exclusive deals. If I was a fighter, I would not sign an exclusive deal with nobody. It would be a fight-by-fight basis. Yeah, it sounds good when somebody say, hey, we'll give you a 4-fight deal, you know, $10 million. But then if you try to secure your legacy, you want to fight the best guys out there to prove that you was one of the best fighters out there. Now, if you're a guy that's just fighting for money, then, hey, that's fine. But if you're a guy that's saying, hey, I want to prove I'm one of the best fighters in the world, I take my job seriously, then, you know, you're not going to be cool with that. And if you know a certain fighter that you looking to fight to secure your legacy and make you an all-time great, well, he fights for another network, then guess what? You can't get the damn fight made, or you got to go through a lot of shit, a whole bunch of lawyers and all that type of shit to get a deal done. So like I said, the promoters and the networks are the problem. You know, these promotional companies. Oh, we signed an exclusive deal with this network. So, in order for this fight to get made, they have to get the rights to it and shit. So like I said, I just don't recommend, if you a boxer, you sign an exclusive deal with a network. I think it should be a fight-by-fight basis. You should, and I think in the long run, I think fighters go stop doing that also, because they gonna see the benefits of being able to fight on any network you want. Now, it's gonna be tough at first when these companies say, "Oh, well, if you turn us down, then you know this gonna happen, that gonna happen." But in the long run, it's gonna benefit them. And like I said, these promoters, man, I know people are saying that Errol Spence made a mistake by not signing. Errol Spence don't need fucking Oscar. And he don't need no fucking Eddie Hearn either. So you can make all... Oscar can't do shit for Errol Spence. He can't do a motherfucking thing for him. Why should Errol Spence be on Canelo undercards and shit? You know? Because that's what he'll try to do, is put Errol Spence as a co-main event to help sell Canelo fights and help boost Canelo's pay-per-view numbers. And I think Errol Spence sees that, and that's smart of him not to do that. But anyway, man, I'm out, man.